Like most of us who spend way too much time on YouTube, I've seen my fair share of Fiverr ads, the website where you can hire freelancers. As an artist, it never occurred to me that I might use this site for anything, since I can make things for myself. But there are some things I can't do by myself that I do want to try. That made Fiverr look really good one day. Back when I was still in high school, I was working out a story idea about a boy who could see ghosts. Nothing unusual there. I wrote stories all the time. The funny thing about this one is, it came with a song. I wrote lyrics for a theme song, and it's pretty much been stuck in my head on and off ever since. But I'm not a musician. I mean, sure, I took piano lessons from ages 8 to 12, but I'd need help for something like this if I want it to be good. So, a couple weeks ago, I started to wonder, what if I paid someone on Fiverr to make that song? I'm not much of a singer, but I knew the only way to make the song I had in my head was to record myself singing my melody. Then I browsed Fiverr for someone who could play electric guitar, and found someone who could do that and so much more for a very affordable price. I found someone who could basically be a one-man band. Multiple instruments, including drums. And he did it in exactly the style I was looking for. I think until then, I was just noodling with the idea of actually doing anything. After that, it was on. I sent the guy a message asking if he could do a 30-second instrumental to go with my audio. And he said yes. I filled out the description of what I was looking for. Sort of a 2010s pop rock style, very big around the time I made the song in the first place. I sent him an all-time low song and a My Chemical Romance song for reference of what I was looking for. Less than 3 days later, I had my music mix from him. It sounded great, but the more I listened to it, it felt like it needed something, so it would fit what I wanted. Now mainly, I'm an artist, sometimes a writer, but I also love sound design. I opened up my audio program, Audition, my obscenely large collection of sound effects, and found all my ghostly sounds, and added in a few in very specific places in the mix that I thought would go great with the song, and possibly to cover up my subpar singing. I would have stopped there, but the only thing that made my singing sound good to me was making it quieter, and quieter, and quieter. It was clear I needed a real singer. So I hopped back onto Fiverr to see if anyone affordable out there could do something in the style I had in my head. I was stuck between two singers on Fiverr. One specialized in punk, and the other did more of a traditional pop rock style. I didn't know who I liked more, so I sent a private message to both of them, asking if they'd be interested in doing the project. I figured I'd choose depending on what they say. The pop rock guy wrote back first. He asked to see what I had in mind, to see who was in his range. I described what I had in mind, and it would be for a theme song for an animated or comic project about ghosts, to explain the sound effects. I waited, and I waited. The guy ghosted me. Very on theme, but not what I was looking for. In the meantime, the punk singer responded with a quote for how much it would cost. I waited at first to see if the pop rock guy would answer back. It's been a few weeks now, he never got back to me. Punk rock song it is. A ghost chose for me, I guess. I wrote back to the punk singer and said, sure, let's do it. I sent him my melody, the mix, and wrote out the lyrics. For the first time ever. I had this song memorized for so long, I never needed to write it all out until now. That was surreal. I also included a little about what the project was, slightly worried he'd ghost me like the other guy did. But he wrote back pretty fast saying looks great, and he'd get right on it. A couple days later, I had my theme song. And I played it approximately 50 bajillion times since then, give or take. I love it. But things weren't over yet. It was my turn again to do some work. I wanted to illustrate it. This led to several hours of me dissecting my own lyrics, trying to figure out what it would look like. Matt Pat from Game Theory himself would have had nothing on me, analyzing my 12-year-old lyrics like a crazy person. I wrote them! And yet I was looking at each line going, what exactly did I mean here? Points for trying too hard. Yay me. This song means a lot to me, and I really wanted the illustrations to show what the story represents, what it's actually about, what the story is, so people could watch it and know what the series I had in my mind was all about. I've wanted to tell a story for a long time. The story, Haunted Medium, is about Alden and how he sees and helps ghosts. Matt, his little big brother, is a ghost who drags him into helping way too many ghosts. Matt loves it, but Alden usually wants nothing to do with all this, and just to be a regular kid. Even Alden's friends get dragged into things, but they almost never know what's going on, since they can't see what Alden sees. And they have no idea Alden does any of this. If I do this right, it'll have a Danny Phantom vibe to it, but a little bit older. And the ghosts aren't monsters here for Alden to fight. They're usually just people who need help. And the ghost complaint department is closed, so they come in droves to Matt and Alden. And other times they pop up at random because the world is full of haunted objects when you're a ghost magnet like Alden. There's one episode I'm excited to write about haunted bowling shoes, where Alden's new friend Daniel gets possessed by a 1950s ghost who thinks he needs to bowl a perfect game to move on. Alden knows it's pretty much never how it works, so he has to help the ghost without getting Daniel into trouble. So after a lot of drawing very fast, here is the opening sequence with the theme song for Haunted Medium.
Haunted medium, I'm a haunted medium, and I'll never be the same again. Don't believe in ghosts, but they believe in me. It's a lost cause, hopeless tragedy. I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I will survive. But no one else can see what I can see. Why me, why me, why me? Haunted medium, I'm a haunted medium, and I'll never be the same again.
What'd you think? Would you check out a story like this? Give this video a like if you like it, so I know. I'm not sure yet if it would be a webcomic or something, but I'm motivated to make it something so people can actually see it, instead of it sitting in a 12-year-old binder on my shelf anymore. Let me know in the comments what you think. Where would you want to see the series? If you're interested, and you haven't already seen it, I actually posted a short video about Alden and Matt on this channel before. Here's the link. In this version, Matt isn't in a great mood yet. I guess you could say it's the origin story of the series. So that's my first experience using Fiverr. And honestly, it's addicting. I had to stop myself from making a song for other stories I have. Which could use a theme song. Maybe I'll do another one sometime soon. Anyway, that's all for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.